Hello everyone, welcome back. A little bit of a wait there, but we are on Anubis now. Apeks using that break time to the best of their ability and trying to get as much squeezed out of it as possible. But we are indeed on to Anubis. 3D Max will be looking to secure their own pick and take the 2-0 victory.
Yes, I think it's safe to say 3D Max made things look pretty damn easy. Map number 1 was plain sailing. Pretty good on the pistols too. Can they do it once again? The util misses, but Jocko doesn't. 2, make that 3. No, not quite. It's Jacob for a double. And the numbers advantage in favor of Apeks.
Lucky. Oh, he's in a solid position there. He's done a lot of damage to that second player. Yeah, they're not feeling too confident about taking the fight against him. Faking out the rotation. Lucky is close to rounding this corner. Gets the info at the very least. Going to drop back. Very well played. Very well played, but still not quite sold on which bomb site it's going to end up being.
For now, blue's quiet. Never mind. I speak too soon. A lot of information being gained by Haji here. Basically, he just has to keep jiggle peeking to double check it in towards water. It's a good angle for Lucky to hold. Can he hit the shots? The answer so far is, yeah, you can let him out. I don't mind this play, but it will be a retake. Bomb will go down. Post-spawn set up. Now the cards go in favor of Apeks. Trying to set things up. Haji for 1. kyxsan's put himself into the 1 versus 1, running low on ammo. Just needs to hit 1 bullet here, Haji. And he's running out, and kyxsan's doing a good job of buying time. But he cannot do it enough. Haji, well played from him. I think 3D Max, in general, well played too. He has a kit too, so you're going to go look for some upgrades. A Molotov, Julie's picked up. He's got all the time in the world. He ain't stressed. It's going to be 3D Max finding that first round. But a bomb plant, of course, does allow Apeks to go for a force buy. So something we'd absolutely expect coming into us next round. And pistol rounds are all good. Force buys are more important.
Very true. And they are indeed going to send it. Yeah, a bit of a close one there. It's a shame for Apeks. Would have been lovely for them to get it over the line. Very awkward. Team damage on both sides of the equation. I don't know. It's that kind of moment for me. I don't know if maybe they just kind of committed in. I think there's an awful lot of like freeze calling and pulling back, rotating. When just keep it a bit simple. You know, that's how 3D Max approach things. Very loose, very individually based, and have some confidence in your aim and your calls.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You know, sometimes there's moments where, you know, calling straight out of spawn definitely isn't the right call. But I think there, you're spot on. I think once you've got that many fights, the worst... There's surely no way that Apeks are expecting 3D Max to have, what, like a quad 5 stack towards the A site? It'd be such a risky call. There'd be no point in 3D Max making that little bit of risk. Shadow spotted. Jacob better, and Sen's also find 1 as well. Hang on, that's a very nice double entry.
Jacob going to lose his head. Oh my goodness, and the follow-up was so close. They're aware of Sen's position here. Molotov going down, forcing him away. Sense actually wins the fight out. However, it's just now Haji remaining, and very bright as he moved through that smoke. Force buy going to be won up by Apeks, and a big round for Sense on the 3K.
Good to see. Good to see indeed. And when it comes down to it, again, these sort of situations, force buy is more important on the pistol. 3D Max, I'd assume they go for a force themselves. They're in double eco territory. Yeah, okay, there we go. Force is going to come through. Upgraded pistols going to come out. They're in a double eco territory. You kind of have to go for this. You don't really get a decision here or a choice. Maka is not going to buy, but understandable. He wants an AWP in a couple of rounds' time when they have their buyout. But it does give Apeks a good chance at a second here, and potentially even more as well. Flash in the corner, will catch Lucky. He's in trouble. Down he goes.
Sense moving in fast towards this A bomb site. Only the 1 player to deal with, should be easy enough. Oh, he says. And Exorcist does make it kind of awkward. Still, bomb will be planted momentarily. Everything should be sorted nice and fast. Haji's going to hold on to his AK. And look to do some damage in the next round with the armor and whatnot. We are collecting smokes as well, so maximizing the money that can be made in this round on the 3D Max side of things, but the round itself is probably what they were after. and they're not going to get that.
Nope. One AK save by Haji. Let me thinking whether anything else can come forward. You know, they stick around for exits maybe, but they're not required to do so. An AK is a good thing to keep hold of. And of course, Haji had a half armor too, so pretty important. Just get his kill.
Terrorists win.
You take the old silver linings here and there. But again, Apeks into a lead now is what matters most. There won't be a buy-in towards this round either, as that technically was a force in the round prior. So question marks maybe what they go for the 3D Max. Because they've got an AK, they can slightly buy around it, just not fully. How do they try and get basically this AK-47 activated for Haji? How do they put him into the right positions? They use some of these kind of lesser buys as cannon fodder, human flashbangs. And that's a bit of a weird round. All things considered for 3D Max for Apeks, this should be a freebie. Jocko, the lucky man, still be alive. And it's not for much longer. He eats a nade.
Still stacking around mid. Could see some action if they play their cards right, but Apeks, you know, with the initial frag, just have so much control, really. And they're going to back off, make a B play, but now B has been bolstered, so could get a bit fruity over here. Haji still on this AK, in behind the pillar. Flash is absolutely perfect, though. Not a chance. Really well played. And Apeks in for another.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, it's a round in which we sort of expected anyway. We were just kind of wondering maybe whether that AK gets any sort of action, but yeah, not to be. The 5-7 could potentially play for Exa here. I don't know whether, again, he gets given the luxury, but overall, Apeks, good to see. These are rounds which, you know, in your mind are must-wins every day of the week. You cannot afford to lose these if you're Apeks, and thankfully, they don't. Important, simple, effective. Once again, now going to see things off flawlessly for them. So, back into a buy. 3D Max. Back into the rifles. We're going to see come forward. Maka has enough for an AWP. He's just shy of the AWP and full armor, but I guess against the AKs, you don't really need them. Only real issue is that there is 2 M4 still in play. But you'd assume he'd be fine. Has got a smoke to wield as well. Can 3D Max... Can they bite back? They had a very good start in towards map number 1, which continued quite successfully. Do need to be careful, though, not to allow Apeks to build up too much of a repertoire here on the T side. Hello. Look at this one, Jocko.
What is going on? Absolute madman, of course. Oh, that's to be expected. Nork nearly going down to the flames. So, not a bad start. Yeah, they've got super aggressive here on the CT end of things. Really do like it.
Not a complete decision just yet, but at the very least, a lot of early information and very decent damage as well dealt to Sense and Nork, and I feel like they've been in a bit of trouble here. Jocko does get dropped, and kyxsan going to find one as well. XC's art is back for a double, can't quite make it 3. That's how information there's 1 over towards that A site, and of course, damage is still being pretty significantly taken here by both Sense and Nork. In that 1 bullet headshot range. Oh, timing.
Just crept around the corner. I'm not sure if Sasanito saw the back of him. Feels like maybe they look pretty prepared for a peek to come in, and it does.
A shot.
That'll be the round. It's a lovely idea from 3D Max. Doesn't quite work for them, does it really? I don't know. It's tough. It is very tough, but Apeks playing really good Counter-Strike right now.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's a nice idea, just unfortunately the execution. Apeks are answering back. Opponent's map pick, and they're absolutely taking it to them. This is what you'd hope. It's what you'd expect as well of a team of Apex's caliber. Got to be taking the fights right back to them, which they are on their own map pick. And so far, not so good. Apeks showing why as well they've chosen to go in towards that T side. It's a map in which, on honestly, more often than not, you do see teams like to go for a T-side start. You set the tempo. It's one of the only maps that's ever really been truly regarded as T-sided. And Apeks showing exactly why. Very good kind of time and tempo management. Norkel just about stay alive. He's so damn low, but all that matters, the life kept intact. 4-1. No real reinvestment, unfortunately, around what they'd saved. So it's going to be Apeks, who should pretty comfortably find a 5th here. Already quite the mammoth lead being taken. Semi-worrying times as well.
Jacob looking for the entries here. Only good for the 1. May be able to grab his AK, but difficult to say. All the same, a nice little even trade start off is not awful for 3D Max.
Jocko, 5-7, is being held for. Now, maybe not. I have a little gap. Oh, unfortunately, kyxsan turns around just as he was starting to say. I think this round, once again, is going to be chalked up in a matter of moments. There won't really be too much of a conversation here. Maybe M4A1S and the scooped up AK could open that door, but even the call to a save wouldn't be the worst idea here. Lucky's nowhere near the action. Hadji is going to be in for a fight here. I don't know whether Lucky gets over there in time to help him, and as Hadji falls, they might just prioritize saving here. Oh, hang on, maybe not. 1v2 could be on the cards here for Maka. I mean, they're going to have a buy until the next round anyway, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, he's making a move in. He might be able to get a catch. Is Sassanito fully hidden around the pillar? It looks like it. Maka would, have seen him by now. So there is potential for exit, but the round itself is just not really going to present itself. He's actually going to leave, just save the AK. Apeks will find themselves yet another round looking pretty good while doing so. Dealing with a lot of different situations, a lot of different players looking effective. So I think we're liking what we're seeing here from Apeks. It's a great response after losing that first map in such one-sided fashion.
Yeah. I mean, there hasn't been too much of a conversation here from 3D Max. They've not shown what we know of them at the very least. So far, it's been pretty damn plain sailing. Apeks have come in towards map number 2. Looking revitalized. Looking a little bit better in terms of their control, their overall tempo that they're setting. Again, this is getting a little bit worrying. 3D Max, inconsistency is plaguing them a tad. You don't want to be dropping in towards that lower bracket. The lower bracket isn't exactly pretty in this tournament. It's some tough teams waiting down there. Nade. Gonna break that smoke. Casanito with another one. He's just going to start the round very low.
Jocko tagged up a bit. So, yeah, unhealthy players on both sides of the equation here, Neo. I think there is a good amount of damage done by Apeks. That is a near miss. Jacob starting to make the moves out towards middle. But nobody around aggressively, at least. Look, he's got the cheeky little off angle. He's kind of backed up a bit by the AWP. 3D Max absolutely need this round, though, and I think Apeks realized that, really not giving them any kind of information.
Look at the aggression, though. kyxsan. Swing. Find. And Norg to support as well. Maybe a slightly questionable call to go so aggro at that sort of time. Lucky gonna find one through the smoke, however. Definitely changes things, but central trade him. Another numbers back in favor of Apeks. Do 3D Max even give this a go?
Looking worse and worse, isn't it? Yes, it is a T-sided map, but you need to be putting up numbers on the CT end, at least keeping it close, right? We want 4 or 5 out from them. And they're just not quite as on it, man. Maka goes down, leaving Exorcist all alone, and he's sticking around to try and go for this. Shadow spotted. Spray down nice and easy for Sense. That'll be that. 6-1. Apeks steamrolling ahead.
Yeah, honestly, just not much of a conversation here at all. I mean, fair play to Apeks. That's exactly what we want in terms of a response. They've come in towards this map, and they're not taking any prisoners. And again, we have to ask questions. 3D Max going into their choice. We always were saying this as well. This is a veto which, on paper, didn't actually look incredibly pretty in the sense that every single map that 3D Max could have gone towards, Apeks are also more than happy to play. And this is the worrying thing, and unfortunately, we're kind of seeing exactly this now. You know, you're picking in towards Anubis. You normally expect your own pick to be good, but unfortunately, not always as easy. This pick has looked very good for the opposition. Apeks looking smooth. And at this kind of, the way they're playing right now, we can see them very comfortably push towards like 8-9 rounds at the turn of the half. 3D Max might be struggling to even chip away at any sort of deficit, even though if they go in towards the, what you would call the more favorable C side. Still, 5 rounds the gap. Unfortunately, no real buy for 3D Max to speak of. M4A1S, of course, saved, and Lucky's got an auto shocker.
Not anymore, he doesn't. See you
Very
later. That might just be the round as well. Either way, Maka. Oh my goodness, 2 big ones. Very, very big ones, in fact. He'll drop that AK across to somebody with armor. We are definitely on for this retake. Rounding the corner to lead the charge. Decent utility out to isolate some fights. Is it going to be enough? It's kyxsan all alone to find 2 more. He knows where they're at. Oh, clean headshot onto the first. Smoke coming round, though, will certainly force him to peek. Hadji gets off thanks to the jump. Very well played here by kyxsan. No time for the defuse. And the round won out by Apeks. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, that'll be that. Well played. Even when things got a little shaky, a little bit rough around the edges, Apeks still see it off in a very, very clean manner. 6-round gap now, and you do worry. They will have a buy. 3D Max, of course, Lothra is so built up at this point. You're kind of going to have buys more often than not, but the big thing being that when we've seen these rifles, we just have not seen anything come off the back of it. Maka's got an AWP. And funny enough as well, we haven't really seen too much of an AWP investment come through from Nork, because honestly, he hasn't really needed to. Hasn't been in the action all that much, but you know, sometimes the confidence with the AK can really set the tone early. Nork is such a versatile player that can do both. Quite a comfortable manner. Flash in the corner. The boost spotted by Lucky here. Could be in a bit of trouble because they're hard to push through it. He's surely going to get overwhelmed. And yes, he will. Cassie to a trade.
Very well played indeed. 4-on-4. It's not a bad look for 3D Max. Keeping it even, you know, just bringing the game back down to the neutral is really important for them with the way that things have been going in the past few rounds. Not much else presenting here, though. Apeks just going to drop back again. Loving a freeze in the mid-round. I kind of criticized them for it a bit in the early stage, but it has worked very well once the rifles have come out.
Worrying times, though. Really worrying times. Towards 3D Max. 4v4. You start to feel at this late stage in the first half that these sort of rounds are must-win. Thankfully, they've got the right stack in terms of what kyxsan's heading into, but the bomb's not committed by any means. 30 seconds will just shy off. And all the attention's drawn here towards B. The bomb's still not committed at all. kyxsan for one. Looking for a second. All four to the nade. Now, maybe there's a realization of, hang on a second, nobody else is here. We've got to hightail it towards A. We've got nobody present.
Yeah, not great. Not great at all. Assassinito in towards the deep CT will find the all-important frag. That will force the save out from 3D Max, and they just absolutely cannot buy a round, man. It is so hard to watch in a sense, but Apeks moving up to 8 is a really scary first half, especially when there's still so many rounds left to go.
Yeah. It ain't good. It ain't good. It is very one-sided from what we've seen overall. It's worrying times. It really is. I don't know whether things are going to change here. This is already looking like such a one-sided affair that whether we're going to have any conversation on the tail end of
Terrorists win.
try and get back in towards this one. Unfortunately, I feel like this feels like an impossible scenario. Either way, though, 3D Max. There's no point in not giving it a try, I guess. I want to see if they can get like 3 rounds. As weird as it is to say, I'm going to be kind of... He's a little bit happy. Maybe they can go in towards the T side, a pistol round, that's up to 5, and then if it's only 3 to 4, and it's somewhat doable. Yeah, it's not the nicest scenario to talk about, but fundamentally they're playing from such a deep deficit. Maka finds Shaken with a smoke, not bad. A bit of nade damage going to come through off the back of it too.
Yeah, decent for sure. Can they capitalize on that though, right? It's probably the best position that 3D Max have been in for a long, long time. And they have to turn it into something, to be honest. It's difficult from here. Apeks, also an unfamiliar position for them. Molotov clears out the right-hand angle. Nobody there. It is just Sense waiting for someone to make a misstep. Not going to happen at this point. Nice little smoke will keep Apeks at bay. It looked like they were right on the verge of going through. And you know what? They're actually still going to give it a go. Hadji, while blind, gets the double spray down. 2 remain now for Apeks. So many angles to clear. They hear the footsteps coming through from Temple. There is a kill onto Jocko, clearing out the site itself, albeit briefly. Exorcist is here fast, leaving Sassanito bombless to do it all. And he's, yeah, not got eyes in the back of his head. So down he will go. And finally, 3D Max, they end the drought.
My God, it's been such a long time, hasn't it? Nothing's been looking good for the side, but better late than never. The best they can do is 4. I was saying I'd like to see them get a minimum of 3. If they were able to push towards that 4, like it does become a somewhat doable affair, but I mean, already it's been an absolute near flawless performance for the most part from Apeks. Very few mistakes being made from them. You know, in that scenario, had you been double blind spray down, you can't really equate for that. Triggering this side as well does get slightly concerning for 3D Max. That round, one off the back of a little bit of luck in the sense, but Maka, that wasn't. Finds kyxsan. Nice starts. Another opening kill, back-to-back opening kills for Maka. It's good to see the AWP getting a little bit fired up. Nice nade to come through as well.
Deja vu, mate.
Yeah.
Very similar to the opening stages of that previous round. So if that is anything to go off of, maybe it is a good omen. Another kill. Made easy by the nade. Just 3 left for Apeks. A real challenge to work their way round. What can they do from here? You know, it might even just be an angle to hold on to what you have. These 3 players have got plenty of cash. The 2 that died, not so much. I don't know. It's a rough call.
Already. A little bit of a gap above that smoke. It could be utilized against them. Jocko needs to be careful. He's running towards water. Answer between the 2 angles. That fight though. Flash will catch him. Jocko going to find him blind. This should be enough. Should be enough as well. Nork, missed shot from him. Maka don't miss those. Nice flick to be said though from Nork. I don't know whether he's going to find anything more. He should save the AWP. It doesn't really matter. They got so much money, Apeks, but all things considered. 3D Max finding form late into the half. It's once again to reuse the saying.
Nork will hold on to his AWP. No one around with such little time to deal with him. But indeed, as you say, 3D Max clawing things back to a serviceable level. Yeah, I think the 4 would be nice. It's not awful then. 3 is slimly workable. I think it's our version of 11-4, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
But the 4 would be much, much better.
Yeah, 9-3, I guess, kind of equates to the 4-5. It's not by any means, but shot, man. Another entry. Make that 2. Mac has come alive.
Alrighty, this guy will not stop. Oh, and the no-scope. Oh, if only he'd picked the player out of the air.
Can you imagine?
That would have been insane. kyxsan is all alone. He's got to ace up to win this round. Plant doesn't matter. It's all about the victory. It's all about the headshots. He's very quickly going to get himself onto high ground, though. They might not expect this. Clearing a lot of angles. So a good idea of where they're coming from. Here's the footsteps of Lucky, of course, but unfortunately, the CT side kind of doing the same thing. There's only so many places that kyxsan can be now. They have that site control. Tap on the bomb. Hold on the bomb, in fact. He's not going to have time to get around those corners. A valiant effort, but yeah, it was an insurmountable task. 8-4. You see the run of 8 from Apeks. I think 3D Max will be looking to do that on their own T half. We'll see you there. Welcome back in, folks. Second half underway. Apeks with 8 in a row. 3D Max, though, they just managed to get a serviceable half right at the end with 3 in a row of their own. We're now going to see what their T side has in store for us. A lot of questions here in terms of what they are going to be able to provide, I suppose. Starts off with the pistol, though. High money absolutely need this if they are to think about taking a clean second map. And well, with Nork missing so many shots, it might be a bit easier than they expected. Sassanito from behind. Good for one, looking for a little bit more. They're going to hunt him down, and they will eliminate him. So well done here by 3D Max, just using those pistols to perfection.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I think for kyxsan now, unfortunately, not a chance. This is what we're saying, you know, get a pistol, and there's a conversation to be had. But I still think as well, it's going to be a long way back in towards this game if 3D Max are going to want to take this. Oh, nice from kyxsan, at least for that one there, but overall, doesn't make too much of a difference. 8-5. 3 rounds is the gap. And a freebie here for 3D Max as well. They should get up to the 6th. No real issues asked. Looking forward to those gun rounds. Especially those first 2 gun rounds are going to be massively important. That's where everything should come to the forefront. So wait and see. 3D Max this one. Can't expect all too much from Apeks. A 6th shouldn't be too bad. Just got to make sure it's inexpensive.
That is the main goal here. And it should be the case. They're hitting now this B bomb site. There's nobody here. So looks like it should be all good. Just kind of want to make sure that you don't drop any players, really. And again, that looks to be the case as well. Baited into the trap towards Dark, towards Canals. A little close for Exorcise, but he will survive it. Nork, meanwhile, on a mission. Now, Jocko is here. Should be able to deal with him, but I mean, if he were a tad bit faster, he could find this frag, defuse the bomb. It would be difficult to stop him, but there's not really enough time to do that anymore.
That'll be that. Scene off, flawless. Nice and easy. All things considered. We said it's going to happen. And that's what it is. So a 6th on the board. What you want to see. The fact that it's completely inexpensive as well. I think it's just a big thing there. Very close to getting 1, but it does not make a difference. So, first full buy. The first 2 full buys, the big important talking point here. Apeks in towards the rifles on deck. What is, you know, generally regarded as a bonus buy here for 3D Max. Whatever they brought into the rounds prior. Still a pretty competent buy, all things considered. Cassidy's going to play out in front of that. And he'll go down to the Mac 10. That's an awkward fight to lose.
Yeah, not ideal at all. But looking really good for 3D Max, the way that they want to kick things off here. Very solid. Very solid indeed. Recovery chance for Apeks. I do like the look of where this one's headed, though. Out towards A. There's a lot of bodies here for Apeks. They should be very, very ready. Utility to deal with Sense. Not really much that he can do from back there. Difficult spray downs here. Flash comes in. Oh, and Exorcise manages to find the kill onto Nork. I thought he would be the player to make the difference. Not the case. And with Apeks only having 2 left, they will save.
They have to, can't make any decision here, and even saving might not be the easiest. The last is just around the corner as well. Lucky is just going to fall away. Jacob is, well, pretty lucky in a sense that he gets a freebie on towards Jocko. That might spur the double back. They've got money in arrears, so they may as well go and hunt. And he jumps into his death. Lucky from the side, doubles back, and he'll find him. Nobody saving. 3D Max 3 in a row. And honestly, this next round with money so turbulent over towards the Apeks side, they should tie this game up. We're on. What is a comeback here? Apeks looked like they were in complete control in that first half. And now just a few hiccups at the start of the second. And this entire game is all in trouble if you're Apeks. They're going to call for a timeout, understandably so. Myth are going to enter the conversation. But unfortunately, it's not going to change their financial situation heading in towards this next round. They are not going to have a proper buy of any sort. Jacob got a Mag 7.
Yeah. Why do you say that like it's, you know, weird?
Right, slightly bigger
Mag 7's a
investment, you know what I mean? Sounds like a 1.2k.
Yeah, but if he gets a
He got
kill
lost
with
bonus.
it doesn't matter, mate, as well. You know? This is what we're talking about, that sort of fine line of percentages and confidence, right? You have to find where the balance is. So, where's he going with it? In towards mid. It's not a bad spot as well, you know? A bit of a game plan for it, which we always like. Sometimes when you buy guns like that and you just go anywhere, it doesn't quite make sense, but I don't think he's going to see too much action, unfortunately. Sassanito forced into a fight. Eats a nade, somehow manages to survive, but he is now the only one watching over the B bomb site. There he goes. I don't know, man. You just keep holding your chest armor here.
I feel like it's the only real decision, right? I mean, they are having a look in, unfortunately, to no avail. I mean, they are going to buy into the round next regardless. It's just whether they take an AK in with the Jake will not be doing that. And the last remaining is kyxsan, who should be spotted off in the same manner. To see, so it seemed like he knew. Oh, kyxsan, not bad. 2 kills and a tag as well. Ain't too shabby. He's making somewhat expensive on the way out. Oh, we are tied square. 3D Max making it an 8-4 game from what was a less than adequate first half. This immediate recovery is very nice to see.
Now a timeout from 3D Max. So the pressure is on. The pressure is on. Big round for both teams. But in particular, 3D Max, they feel they should be able to get this with the momentum that they have. And it will therefore start their journey to closing out this series, keeping them alive in the upper bracket side of things as well, which, you know, is not a super long journey. They'll get a bit of time off as well, which might be nice for them. But ultimately in a really solid position now if they win this one.
My oh my. 8-all back into the buy. Neither side going to wield the AWP. Maka more than happy to continue using that AK-47. Of course, this one Nork do the very similar thing on that T side. On a map like Anubis, T-side AWPing isn't actually the easiest. All the great angles he's to work with. Smoke will be broken. Jacob will be dropped through said smoke by Haji. That's a great opening hill to find. A lot of space for him to wield as well.
Yeah, man. This 3D Max team looking so different when they've gotten onto the T side, you know? They are way more in control of the engagements. Jocko and Exorcise. I mean, that is beautiful in a lot of senses, to be honest. The Molotov comes in at the perfect time just as the smoke starts to go down. So it's not like they can really escape or get into a better position or whatever, right? They have to be prepared to take the fight, and that's obviously hard when your toes are cooking. So really good sense of timing from 3D Max on that move.
Exorcise is going to find sense on the way out. And that'll be that. 3D Max going to claw back a lead. Man, this is falling apart rapidly. The Apeks roster. And they've, of course, got no money to speak of either now. So 3D Max not only go 1 round ahead, they should go 2. There shouldn't be too much of a buy to speak of. Another attack pause is going to be called here. Yeah, man, this is... it's not the easiest situation at all. And for Apeks, they've maybe come in a little too overconfident, a little too comfortable in towards the CT side, and really feeling the blunt end of it at the moment. This is where things can rapidly fall apart. At the side of Apeks. Well, let's see. No buy, as you mentioned, so this one we're not really going to expect or hope for all too much. However, into that next buy round for Apeks, you feel like if they don't find it, with 3D Max most likely going to get a 10th here. If Apeks don't find the next one, this entire map and series and upper bracket could be in jeopardy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely wild. We've still got that other game going on as well, the Sinner's Spirit game. Don't know if you've seen that. Second map's just gone to overtime, I think.
Also, just to add to that,
crazy.
It's the Academy team playing. It isn't actually the Spirit team. It's not Donk & Co.
Oh!
It's Magnojez, it's Keegan, I think his name is. It's those guys.
Yeah.
It's the full Academy team playing. They got battered 13-2 in map number 1. I saw that at the tail end of it. There's a very quick map number 1 as well. Yeah, 13-2. No one really stepping up at all. And it's gone to OT. And Spirit are 14-12 up in OT. And Sinners were getting, you know, they're getting pretty lively on the socials after that one-sided map 1. And, you know, a little bit quiet right now, I think.
Well, there you go. I guess they'll probably have them, you know, registered as subs or whatever and then put in.
Yeah. I didn't realize you could have a whole team as a sub. Yeah. I kind of respect it.
Fair play. Give them some reps, I guess. Kind of throwing them in at the deep end. You know, ECL playoffs for an academy team is quite
it's
deep,
a step.
But, you know.
Imagine they win it, though. Imagine they win this round. That is not... Saying they win the whole thing would be so outlandish, but they win, you know, this OT. They're already 14-12 up, it seems. Win that one out. About to be 15-12, actually. So they're about to do a flawless first half of OT. They do that, and then they got one more map, and they're in an upper bracket final. As an academy team, it ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. That could be a story. That could be even more of a story than what we've got here with this recovery from 3D Max.
Well, is it going to be fully realized here is the big question, Neo.
True.
As this is potentially the biggest round of the series so far, particularly for Apeks. Survival on the line. Oh, and it's a 3-piece coming out. It will be traded, but nearly 4, you know. Lucky left on 11 HP. Fantastic bit of aggression from Apeks.
Gotta be said. For now. Lucky on 11 points of HP. All the onus is what that man Maka can do. I'm not offering up either. He's still sticking around. Flash come through off the back of the lurk smoke. He's in trouble. He's going to fall any second, and he will. So Maka now thrust into a 1v3. He may as well give it a go. I mean, they've got plenty of money to work with. Makazin's going to hit all of this. Knife out. No chance. Apeks answer back. Finally, I think is the apt word here. Has been a bad run of form. What's the level of consistency looking like? We'll have to see.
Alrighty, Apeks, yeah, they will indeed have to get it rolling for another one. Early utility raining on in. The aggression, hard to replicate, man. Really hard to replicate. Deep smoke outside of A, but they are not thwarted at all. Oh my goodness. XSC's charging in, the boys behind him as well. This is absolutely wild. Perfect flash for the first frag. Are they going to be able to recover this on the Apeks side of things is the big question. Doing their best, trying to get aggressive themselves, caught up in the chaos, and they will fall flat to it. Sassanito and kyxsan, do you even want to be here, right? Maybe just look for the save, but no, they are feeling themselves. They want to try and go for it. And by they, I mean just kyxsan now, the only one to find a frag so far in this retake. Yeah, and he can't really stick around, so he will move to save. I think they should just be able to tape together a buy. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Surely not. No.
Wait a minute. If he gets this kill. Wait a minute. Oh, God. Oh, panic Molotov. Okay, he gets the kill as well.
The wrong way.
Goodness me, that was almost awful.
Yeah, Molly barely even goes on the bomb. He easily could have, if he got that kill, could have stuck on it, and the Molly wouldn't have ticked him. That was a little close for comfort. And that's spurred back into another Apeks buy as well. It's 3D Max 2 rounds ahead of Apeks, but only 2 rounds away from the map in the series. And they actually are going to call for a timeout just before the round starts. I don't mind this call at all. I think for 3D Max, they realize maybe a little bit, you know, that was quite a rough kind of post-spawn scenario. I like the change in tempo coming forward from 3D Max. They just caught Apeks napping, but they can't rely on speed every single round. And I thought it was a little bit closer than it needed to be. Maybe it can shake you up a tad. I just want to make sure everyone's calm and ready to go back in towards it. This has remained a very good performance from 3D Max in terms of the response. However, job's not done just yet. For Apeks. Once again, no AWP, unfortunately, for Nork to wield, and he has really struggled to get into this game, Nork. I mean, 5 kills to his name for the Elisa Masters MVP is not what you'd expect to see, but everyone has their off days, and 3D Max, they've countered him so well.
Aggression coming in here from the Apeks boys. Trying to find an entry frag, but it seems... Oh, they are savvy to it. Maka just gets a lick in as kyxsan flies back around the corner. Nothing quite coming off. Will be a move back towards the A-bomb site, but A looks pretty healthy, man. This is a real solid hold, and now a real solid push. Oi, on top of each other. 1 for 1. Maybe not quite good enough for Apeks.
Ready. On that corner, Jocko. Could find a freebie. Will do. Do they clear the pillar? No, but Haji's still crisp. Oh, no, dude. This is it. They've got to go for a save. Map series, point 3D max. Apeks crumbling and trembling. As the lower bracket seems to await them. 3D max have come out the gates flat. This second half has been nearly immaculate. Only dropped 1 round. What a resurgence. What a performance from 3D Max on this T side.
Yeah, really amazing to see, man. And, you know, you can perhaps begin to understand why they picked into the Anubis. Pretty confident with it, particularly this T side. You know, it really was a weak CT side. I would argue they get a little bit lucky towards the end to find the 3 in a row. If they managed to get to sort of 3 rounds, even that could have been workable, you know, with how well this T side has performed. But all the same, it would have been a much longer run back, much more consistency required if it had gone the way they felt.
And now it's a sigh of relief again for 3D Max at the back of a little bit of a shakier post barn, a couple of rounds to go. That one is just so clean and comfortable. Once again, looking at the buy doesn't help at all for Apeks either. Double auto shotgun. My favorite gun, but maybe not the situation for it. And a FAMAS for Nork too. All the onus comes down to those 2 rifles, kyxsan and Sassanito. North Macedonian dynamic duo need a miracle here to keep Apeks alive. 12-9 match series, upper bracket point on the line. This one not feeling comfy at all.
kyxsan has pushed in quite deep here, though. So he's probably going to start to say, look, it's very unlikely to be direct A hit. Sense gets a creep on Exorcise as well. Down goes Haji with kyxsan's deep position that's completely unexpected. But yeah, the little spatterings of weaker weapons may well let them down. Jocko, that is ridiculous. Sense is quite close here. Has to land this frag. Oh, no! Looks away at the worst moment. Where do you think that Molotov came from, bro? Out of the wall? No, I'll leave him alone. It's unfortunate. The timing just did not work. Did not work at all. And now the A-bomb site falls.
In trouble. In a lot of trouble. Numbers don't favor them. Situation doesn't. Lucky. Such an important trade. Bomb planted for main. Last CT player coming from main. The thing that worries me, though, is that, of course, Mac is still alive. That would have been heard. That tag of the nade would have been heard. And Nork's a known quantity. And they're trained, and they drop it up the AWP, and Maka wins it. What a T-side from 3D Max. 4 rounds is all they get on that CT, and then they put up a brilliant display. Apeks, you know, when it comes down to it, they just got completely blown out of the water.